Hi everybody. Let's talk about real-world fractions. Your steps to solving real-world fractions are first, read the problem. Like we always say with real-world stuff, read the problem, make sure you understand the words and the scenario, and then go back and reread it and gain your information and your data. You're going to determine what operation you will use or operations. Sometimes you may subtract, you may multiply and add. You may have multiple operations. So I'm going to say operation or operations. Write an algebraic sentence. That's just making a mathematical sentence. And then solve using the rules for the operations with fractions. Let's look at a couple examples here. Example number 1. Evan spends 1 1/3 hours on homework and 3/4 of an hour working on chores. How many total hours did Evan spend on these activities? So what we're trying to solve is how many total hours. So we're trying to find a total. What kind of operation do you think would go with total? If you said addition, you'd be correct. So we're going to add. Now let's make an algebraic sentence. Evan spends 1 1/3 hours on homework and 3/4 of an hour with chores. So that'd be 1 1/3 plus 3/4 excuse me, equals, we don't know, but we're going to find out, right? So in order to add fractions, remember, you have to have like denominators, and we need to convert 1 1/3. Remember, to convert 1 1/3, we have to multiply and then add. So it's going to be 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 over 3 plus 3/4. Again, we need like denominators. I'm going to choose 12 because both of those will go into 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. And again, we'll add. And now that we've gone and done that, let's come over here and solve it. 16 over 12 plus 9 over 12. Oops, let me write that just a little better. 9 over 12, okay. So 16 plus 9 is 25 over 12. But we can simplify this. We can convert it and simplify. 12 can go into 25 2 times, and then that would leave 1/12 left over. So 2 1/12 hours is what he spent on his homework and his chores. Let's look at another example here. We have Mia and Andrew make a cake. And they cut the cake into 8 equal pieces, and they give they give 3 pieces to Susan. What fraction of the cake is left over? So we're looking to see what fraction of the cake is left. Okay, so let's think about this. What would we do? I'm trying to see probably the difference, right? So that means we would subtract. So they cut the cake into 8 equal pieces. So if you cut a cake into 8 equal pieces, it's 8 slices, right? Or if we want to write that as a fraction, it's 8 of 8. What I'm saying is if you have a pie or a cake and you cut it into 8 slices, you begin with all 8 of your slices. Now you minus 3 of those 8 slices. What's left over? Now, can we subtract? We can because we have like denominators. So 8 over 8 minus 3 over 8 equals 5/8. or 5/8 of the pie or cake left over, or 5 slices. Excuse me. Let's try one more. We'll do one more. Elisa bought 8.5 yards of material. She used 3 3/4 yards for pants and 2 2/3 yards for a jacket. How many yards did she have left? And this is going to be a big one, but we can do it. No problem. So, Elisa bought 8.5 yards of material. So in total, she had 8.5 yards. Okay, that's what she had in total. She used 3 3/4 for the pants and 2/3 for the jacket. That's for the pants. Oops, kind of can't see that once I did that. I'll redo that. This is for the jacket, 2 2/3. And we want to know what's left over, okay? What kind of operation do you think you would do? Or what kind of operations? If you said add and subtract, you're correct. Add and subtract. And here's the reason why. You start with 8 1/2 fabric. And in order to find out what's left over, see if I can fit this in here, you need to subtract. Let me make some room here. You need to subtract 3 3/4 plus 2 2/3. Okay, so we have subtraction and addition. Now, I'm not going to do any of the other problems down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and write and use the space that I've got. Before we can start subtracting, we've got to add what's in the parentheses. And in order to do that, we have to convert these. Okay? So first, we will write this right here. 8 1/2 minus. Now, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15 over 4. And converting the 2 2/3, that is 6 plus 2 is 8 thirds. Can we add? No. We need like denominators, right? So let's go with the closest thing's 12. So it's going to be a slightly big number, but that's okay. That'll be just fine. So 4 goes into 12 3 times. 15 times 3 is 45. 3 goes into 12 4 times, and 4 times 8 is 32. We'll bring down 8 1/2 minus. Now we can add what's in parentheses because we have like terms. 45 plus 32 is 77. So 77 over 12 minus, or 8 1/2 minus 77 over 12. Now, this isn't going to have, we can already tell we're not going to have like denominators. So let's do some conversions and then get like denominators. So 8 1/2, or let's do 77 divided by 12. Okay, that's 6. Well, we'll have to convert it anyway, so we might as well just leave it. So here we go. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17 over 2. 17 over 2 minus 77 over 12. Now, we still can't subtract because we need like denominators. So I'm going to change this to 12. This will stay the same. 2 into 12 is 6. 6 times 17 is 102. Now that we have like denominators for both sides, we can subtract. 102 minus 77 equals 25. Oops. I don't know why I put 22 there. 25 over 12. We can convert this. 2 will go into 25 2 times, and then we have 1/12 left over. So, to answer our question going all the way back, after Elise buys a 8.5 yards, makes a pair of pants with 3 3/4, and a jacket with 2 2/3, she will have 2 1/12 yards left over. The long problem solving, but if you keep it nice and neat and take your time, you'll be just fine. Remember, in order to add and subtract, though, fractions, you gotta have like denominators. I hope this helps. Take a moment if you need to relook at it, and then let's move to the guided practice and the exit slip. Good luck.